Hello, Eric.
Hello, Hiroshi. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. What time over there in Australia?
It's just turned 7 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, 7 o'clock. Okay, so which is 1 hour ahead from us. Okay, so how is the weather over there in Melbourne?
The days are getting shorter, so it's getting darker much earlier. So the leaves are blowing around. Autumn has started really. The colors are changing in the trees a lot. Yeah.
It's a beautiful season right now, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
Well, now in Japan, we have a serious issue of pandemic, of course, all over the world. And I'm wondering about, it is fall right now over there in Melbourne, right? Yeah. And getting cooler and cooler. How about the pandemic? People got worried about it?
A month or so, we have changed the way we do a lot of things. And one of the biggest things is our social distancing. The things that we can and can't do in public has changed a lot.
How about right now, again, that's, a season is getting more and more cooler right now, right?
Yes.
Colder and colder. And maybe,
in the morning,
then, maybe coronavirus will be active over there or not?
Yes, it's quite, we're actually reducing our numbers in Australia. We've been quite strong in some of the restrictions. However, we're worried about in a couple of weeks' time when it gets winter and it's cold again, the real flu as well as the coronavirus, it could affect our life again. So we're being very careful at the moment.
I see. Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is because, in case of the coronavirus, of course, everywhere in the world, they want to control it. And now many places are getting a summer season right now. But Australia is, now it is getting colder. So just I want to know how you are prepared. And also people are prepared.
Well, our life has changed totally in terms of the social distancing and the lockdown that we are experiencing. Each state in Australia is slightly different. I'm in Victoria, where Melbourne is. New South Wales, where Sydney is slightly different.
Okay.
And some states are not as affected as badly, like South Australia.
Sure.
Children go to schools, whereas here, children don't go to schools.
I see. So even in the winter time, so some states are really normally they are just working and also they are going to schools, but some states they have a strong restrictions.
All states have got some restrictions of some sort, and some states are starting to relax some of those restrictions now.
I see.
In Victoria, where I am, they're still keeping the restrictions quite strong.
Quite strong, which means because pandemic is still quite a lot of virus is over there.
It's every day the numbers are decreasing, so we have less people affected and less people catching it. But that's because we have such strict controls. All restaurants, all bars are closed. Schools have gone to online, so only children of emergency services are allowed to go to school. Everyone else is supposed to be learning from home. And when going out, you cannot go and meet friends. You're only allowed to have a group of 2 people at the most. And if you meet someone, you must not stay with them. And you can only go out for shopping, exercise, emergency supplies. It's very restricted in what we do.
I see. When coronavirus started, it was still your season was still summer. It was.
Yes.
How was that?
We started hearing about it, and it seemed very distant. It seemed very distant, and so it didn't really affect our lives. And then during February, many Australians were caught up in the cruise ship that went to Yokohama, and so we started hearing about it. And then after that, when China started closing its borders, people coming back to Australia from overseas, and when Italy increased, Iran, there was a lot of people visiting from Iran. That also affected the increase in Australia.
I understand.
And in about 2 weeks, the restrictions started coming in the beginning of March, and it changed our lives quite a lot.
I see. Talking about kids, they are okay talking about internet study. There are no problems, or it is going well?
Overall, I would say it's going quite well. Some states started it quickly without much preparation. Where we are in Victoria, schools have 5 extra holidays to help prepare the transition. And it also happened around Easter. So there were school holidays where the children weren't at school. There was 2 weeks of school holidays, and that helped that transition.
I see.
It is very difficult, though. It is very difficult for many parents to supervise their children.
I understand.
And it's very reliant on technology. People need an iPad or a computer to be able to access the lesson, to have WebEx meetings or talk like that. Some schools are better prepared than others because they have more resources. But in general, everyone is adopting it quite well and doing their best. Some schools photocopy prints and send that to children, but most schools are trying to do it with technology to help make the connection real to the students.
I understand. There are kind of word called the so-called internet fatigue, which means like if people teach by internet so long time, people get bored. Do you have any idea how to overcome this problem?
A lot of people are saying it's really important to make sure you get up and move around regularly during the day. We're sitting down, we're looking at computers, we're interacting like that. But also the children are starting to do that sometimes as well. So we have now in Melbourne a lot of mothers working from home with fathers who are working from home with children who are studying from home. And so everyone is around the table using the Wi-Fi. But everyone is finishing the day quite exhausted. So remembering to change the day and have exercise during the middle of the day, going out and see sunlight, these sort of things, because children especially, but people in general, are missing their social interaction.
Sure, I understand. And but also teacher must need a lot of skill to keep, child's attentions.
I've heard that it's been one of the biggest learning experiences for teachers, for families, parents especially, and children. Children are adjusting fairly quickly, I think, but in general, when you talk to people, it's been a very big learning curve.
I see. So you said that you have still strong restrictions, which means like you have to stay home right now, and you can go out to take a walk or something like this.
We are allowed to go out for exercise. We're allowed to go out for shopping. We are allowed to go out if we have to care for someone, like we could have a sick mother or father we need to be looking after, or emergencies. Apart from that, we're not allowed to go out. And there have been many examples in the news of the police checking with people, what are you doing? And if you don't have a valid reason, people have been getting a fine.
So it's a penalty. Penalty will be applied.
Yeah, $1,200 whatever dollars. Yeah. So if you don't have a valid reason. So some people have been going to the beach, even though the beaches have closed. And if you are walking past and exercising, that's okay. But to stay there and spend time there, if the police come, you could get a fine. So we're learning not to hang around. We only go out for exercise and shopping.
Interesting, because what is the borderline between exercise and the stay at the beach?
It's very difficult. And in fact, in the news, there was a popular case where a teenager was driving a car with their mother practicing driving, and the police said that wasn't necessary and gave a fine to the teenager for driving. However, later on that was removed, but the borderline between what is necessary and what is essential is being discussed. But people are very aware. Why am I going out? Is it okay or not?
I understand. And in the state of Victoria, how long would it be continued? Do you have any idea?
The government have been sending out messages, and they said we are going to find out in May the 11th, so a couple more weeks before we find out what we're going to do. The federal government, who doesn't control health restrictions, so it's a bit like America in that we have a federal government who wants to do things, but it's actually the states that make those decisions. Each state is different. And so in 2 weeks' time, we should find out whether it's going to be extended or modified. But we have been told some sort of restrictions will stay for quite a while.
I understand. Where, as you know, that, for example, the United States, quite a big impact on that kind of a virus right now. New York has a lot of kind of casualties, actually. But in Australia, it's a relatively mild from my point of view, isn't it?
In terms of the amount of casualties of the people ill, yes. But the impact on our society, because of the people losing their jobs, a lot of businesses and jobs have closed down. And so a lot of families have unemployed mothers and fathers who are looking after children as well. And the effect on our economy is very big.
Yeah, I understand.
That's a financial cost, but it's very hard to balance that with the health cost.
I understand. Of course, economically speaking, all over the world, it's a serious issue too. Maybe your country too.
Yes, very much so.
I understand that Australia in general, there are big investment from China too. And there are no tourists right now.
Yes. Australia has relied on a lot of trade from Japan for many years, as well as not just goods and iron ore, etc., but also tourist trades. But all that has stopped, and the other trade has been cut down as well.
I see. Okay. Now, lastly, do you have any messages, to the so-called English learner or any kind of into the world under this pandemic? In this pandemic, do you have any? If you have any message, please.
Well, I think it's really important for everyone at this time to think of other people, maintain social distances, and try and understand what it's like for the others. But wash your hands and stay safe.
You are exactly right. Yeah, thank you very much. And stay healthy, please. All right?
Thank you. Thanks, Hiroshi.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
ですね、オーストラリア、メルボルンからなんですね。皆さんご存知かもしれませんが、当然ね、日本が夏になろうとすると向こうは冬になるわけですよね。南半球ですから。メルボルンは特にね、オーストラリアの中でも南の方ですから、逆にもう秋が深くなってるはずですよね。そういう中で、エリックというね、校長先生をやってらっしゃる方なんですけど、お話伺いましたけども、面白かったのがね、やっぱりね、残念っていうか、面白いというか残念なのは、やっぱりコロナウイルス、夏冬関係なく、やっぱりすごくテンションがね、緊張があるんだなってことですね。だから今でもやっぱり外出禁止というのがかなり厳しくて、で、やっぱりね、散歩するのはいいんだけれども、遊んじゃいけないと。じゃあ、散歩と遊ぶ、境目ってどこだろうと。これが難しいんですけど、もしそこを誤っちゃうと、罰金がね、オーストラリアドルで$1000以上かかっちゃうんだという話でしたね。さらにですね、学校での授業とかインターネットでどうやってやっていくのっていう話をしたところね、一つあったのが、ともかく全員が家の中にいると。お父さんお母さんも仕事はインターネットでやってるし、子供もインターネットで授業を受けてると。そういう状況だから大変だよというような話でしたよね。でもオーストラリア、日本とは全く違う南半球、今これからですね、冬になろうとしている、そういう状況の中でね、コロナがこれ以上ね、流行ってほしくないなと私も思いました。さてと、次はまた別の国に行ってみたいと思います。